Hi, my name's Patrick, and I'm the author of Make Yourself Useful, Marketing in the 21st Century. My second book's called Webify Your Business, Internet Marketing Secrets for the Self-Employed. We're going to spend the next 2 or 3 minutes talking about George Bush, good old George Bush, George W. Bush, the younger of the two, and what we can learn from him as small business owners, marketers, entrepreneurs. So, here's the thing. I mean, a lot of people don't like George Bush, right? He's very polarizing. The guy's very polarizing. Some people like him, a lot of people don't like him. And I live here in the Bay Area, so certainly a lot of people around here don't like him very much at all. But I think they're unfair to the guy to some extent. And it was proven to me not long ago at a party that I attended where we were talking, a couple people and myself were talking about whether or not George Bush was a good leader. And they were arguing defiantly that he is not a good leader. I totally disagree with that. I actually think, even if you hate the guy, even if you hate the policies, that he put into place, the guy, I mean, what's the definition of a leader? The definition of a leader is someone who can lead. And he led. I mean, he led his party. He won 2 elections, right? I mean, the one was in doubt, but he won the second pretty, I mean, there wasn't any confusion there. He won. He won. And he got his message across. And he did a lot of the things that he did. In fact, for the 6 of the 8 years, he got done what he wanted to get done. So even if you hate him, I don't like him very much. I grew up in Canada, and believe me, the Canadians don't like George Bush at all. And I'm not a big fan of his either. But I can acknowledge that the guy got some stuff done, right? The things that he wanted to get done, he got done. And he stood by what he was preaching. So even if you hate him, you can still argue that he's an effective politician. He rallied the troops. Now, what was one of the biggest things that he had going for him? Well, it was the simplicity of his message and the fact that there was never any doubt of where George Bush stood on any one of these issues. Very simple messages that he had throughout his entire tenure. And I mean, a lot of people would argue that that's just because he's not bright enough to put anything complex together or look at the different sides of things. But as a politician in today's day and age, his simplicity of message was very, very effective. I mean, look, if you walk like a duck, you look like a duck, you quack like a duck, eventually people are going to be like, that's a duck. And the same thing goes for George Bush. If you say it's weapons of mass destruction, right, enough times on the national news, not only you, but all of your cabinet saying it's weapons of mass destruction, eventually everyone that's in the dialogue is saying it's weapons of mass destruction, to the point where no one even questions it anymore. And of course now, not so much here in this country, but over in the UK, boy, they're really questioning. And it's pretty clear that the weapons of mass destruction was a convenient excuse, more than the actual reason for going to war. But it was the simplicity of message, the consistency of message. This is branding. You get a message, you say it the same way, consistently, over and over and over again. Now, on today's social internet, what you say has to match what you do. Because otherwise people can call you out on platforms like Yelp and other things. So as a small business owner, I mean, you can't draw a direct parallel here of what he was doing on a national scale. But be decisive in your business. Have simple beliefs and principles. A lot of people in business, they write these big, long mission statements. Don't worry about that. Simple. Think about what George Bush did. I mean, he had a very simple set of beliefs, very consistent branding and messaging. You should do the same thing in your business. Even if you hate the guy, you can still learn from some of the things he did. Now, he's a pretty bad communicator. I mean, he's one of the worst, maybe, that we've had. Going from George Bush to Barack Obama is pretty stark contrast in the level of communication skills. Again, regardless of what your political views are. So it was kind of an embarrassment to have George Bush, I mean, talking within the country, I didn't have a problem with it. But when he was going, to other countries and talking the way he talks, didn't make the country look that good. And I would argue that as a business, you should try to present a more professional and capable front face than George Bush did as president. But you can still learn from his messaging and in the simplicity of his message. I do a number of these profiles of public figures, so if you like this or if you're curious what other ones I've done, check out my channel and you'll see a whole bunch of them. Thanks for watching.